When I met Beloved, I was with another teacher, happily. But when I saw Bhagavan Adida, this word that's being used by everyone so far came right up because I fell in love at first sight. And it was really true because the feeling that came over my body was everything that anyone would feel if they were in love. And then every day after that, the love just increased, and the opportunity of knowing him more and more filled my heart more fully. Because he was, at the very beginning, even before the teaching began formally, the enlightened being manifest in ordinary form, in bodily human form, and radiant, magnificent, fantastic person. I mean, absolutely fantastic person. When he spoke the teaching of truth, he would open your heart so you can not only hear the words, but feel the absolute truth of it. There was nothing superficial about him ever. He was always in-depth, heartful, and compassionate. He would say, tell me the most terrible story in your entire life. And we'd tell him these stories crying and going, and he'd just take them and you'd walk out of the room laughing. Compassionate, loving, caring, feeling, sensitive being that you could ever imagine could be. And humor. And he said, I came to life, I came to this place to, what's the word? Restore humor. And the humor would not be like a joke, but his humor would basically open the heart so you felt heart love, joy in the heart from his humor. So after a while, I said, I have to stay with Bhagavan Adida, Franklin Jones at the time, and I can't go back to my other teacher. So I said to Beloved, I said, Beloved, I need to be with you. I have to stay with you. And he said, that's good. And I said, I was hoping to go back to the Hermitage ashram where I had come from and get some things I left there. He said, well, when are you planning on doing that? I said, well, I hope to leave tomorrow or the next day if it's okay, and I'll be back on Sunday. He said, well, Sunday, that's April 23rd. That's the day I plan to open the ashram. But since you're not going to be here, I'll wait a few days. Now consider it. Let's consider it, right? Divine conscious light manifests in bodily human form as an avatar, completely capable, fully equipped to bring the Dharma of truth, which has never been given before in the history of mankind, not fully, and awaken all beings from all suffering, all seeking, and even death. He said, well, I'll wait a couple of days. Well, that's Bhagavan Adida. That's a perfect example of who he was and who he is. It was like heart love in relationship. Absolutely, all the time. I was also very profoundly blessed to be in Bhagavan's company for the last 7 months of his life, of his physical life. And during that time, the gift of that service allowed me in his company every day. And throughout that time, I had known him for 37 years. Trips to India and intimate service and all these things after 30. He didn't say a single word to me. He didn't acknowledge me. He didn't raise an eyebrow that I was there. Nothing. Except for one time. There was a little incident with the boat where he had put a new motor on the boat, and it was a high-speed boat, and of course he would always say, I'm the master of my ship. And when he'd go on the master of his ship, he'd floor it as fast as it would go. And the boat would be hitting waves and slapping and all that. And then he said, it's kind of a rough trip. I wonder who's going to be able to be on this boat. I'm not sure you can all go, all those that were intimate service of his. But I volunteered. I said, Bhagavan, can I go? And his response was profound. Simple, but absolutely profound. His whole body leaned forward fully, his eyes bright, wide open, a great big smile on his face, and he said, and he said, you're accepted. Did I do that right? Yeah, let's try that again. You're accepted. Now, in the moment, that was enjoyable about the incident with the boat, but it actually broke my heart, because those two words and the way he communicated and the whole bodily involvement in it directly addressed the Oedipal pattern I had always identified with my entire life. Not being accepted, not being loved. And in that moment, he not only gave the words, but he also showed me that it's not true, and it's never been true. And it was so clear that, right. Bhagavan Adida was very quiet most of the time. And that was really profound, because what he did was he removed the possibility of relating to him as a social, by the social ego, as a familiar or as another. And that was really great, because all he did there in the last 7 months of his life and longer was just to transmit his divine nature, divine condition, and divine state clearly and perfectly and purely, and gave darshan every single day. That really served us all to be prepared for his divine Mahasamadhi. And now, there's no question about it. Bhagavan is completely alive. He's totally present. He's felt every day. He's loved every day. He's breathed every single day. And he's served every single day. And he's beheld searchlessly every day. And searchlessly because he's revealed that his divine state is prior to everything, to the whole thing that we assume is separate, prior. And his feeling of his state is love, bliss, fullness. So in the prior state of love, bliss, fullness, there's nothing to look for. There's nothing to search for. There's no place to go. Beloved Adida has revealed himself. The only thing now to do is to cultivate that relationship and stay in that intimacy with him until there's only light. We praise you, Bhagavan.